Okay, let's start with ammo. With every new day, each Marine in the squad carries one full magazine in the primary weapon, which is in this case pulse rifle with 100 rounds, and one spare magazine, which is carried into combat, which means you have 4 spare magazines if you don't have any upgrades. And if you pick up extra ammo in a deployment, you go back to the base, that extra ammo does not carry over. So it's basically wasted ammo.
We didn't come here to enjoy the view.
However,
so move now.
every time you go back to the base and start the next day, you always get a fresh complement of ammo, which never depletes completely. So it's a resource that you always get like a baseline of. And ammo is used for a primary weapon. It's used for reloading sentry guns and demolition work on unstable walls or barricades you can bomb in maps. Now the next tip is about command points. So command points are basically your secondary weapons that you carry with your squad. And the cool thing about command points is you have virtually unlimited amount of it. You just need to slowly regenerate. So you can think of it, it's like your mana bar that you can use to cast spells if you want to use an analogy like that. So for example, if you press space, you can see here, those are command abilities, all of those. And they automatically refresh over here slowly over a period of time. And you can use them as much as you want. And I recommend using them before you even use your normal ammo. So if you see an alien, be wasteful with that stuff. Let's say you see one alien coming around the corner. Don't be shy of using 2 grenade launchers on it right away. Because that's ammo that doesn't get used up. So for example, if you wait until the alien starts rushing at you and your pulse rifle starts firing, then you're losing ammo that doesn't refresh for the mission. So use that stuff as much as you can. For the first reason, to preserve your rifle ammo. The second reason is to keep the aliens away from you before they get to you. Because the moment they get to you and start melee combat, that's when your squad will fall apart. So spend as much command points as you can to keep your Marines safe from the aliens. When you run out of that, then start retreating. So here's an example of that. I just spotted the drone, and it hasn't spotted me yet. Now, the normal intuitive way to play, it was just to open fire and then slowly retreat and wait for it to get close. And only if it gets really close, use a shotgun perhaps. But then you risk getting swiped by the alien, losing armor, or maybe it exploding in an acid, and you're losing health and getting your characters traumatized. So use as much as you can of those abilities to take care of them before it gets to close combat.
Grenade!
You can also stack them at the same time.
They're headed our way.
Now the third tip is about tool. Now that's the most, I would say, consider the most precious resource in the game because it's the most versatile. Okay, so for example, when you place a sentry gun, and during combat, the sentry gun might get damaged, you have to repair it. And you even have to repair it before you can pick it up to bring it back to your base. So that's one of the primary uses you would probably spend it on is repairing your sentry guns. Now the next use is welding doors, or hacking open specific doors, and buying yourself command points if you run out of them in a critical moment, which you can use with this button. But that's an extremely wasteful thing to do because tool points are a resource that doesn't refresh in the game. So it's for most intents, it never refreshes, except for some certain random events between days where you get some stuff into it. So that's a resource you need to be the most careful about. Door welding has 3 purposes in this game. The first one is to weld yourself into a room that is marked as a safe room. If you do that, then an active hunt will stop. However, this will not work if you're trying to weld the door shut while an alien is in close proximity and can attack the Marine. Then it will cause the welding to get interrupted.
Watch that stress, squad.
The other purpose of welding doors is that you could use it to temporarily delay an alien from getting through a door, or create yourself an improvised barrier against the group of aliens that already knows that you're coming. Now, in both of those cases, the problem is that a welded door can get breached by an alien in about 10 seconds, a single alien drone. So its purpose for creating a temporary block from aliens coming to get you, unless it's a safe word room, is of very limited use, and it costs you 1 to a point. Tip number 5, upgrades and promotions. Materials is a limited resource in this game, and it's for most intents, it's limited on maps in its total amount. However, there's some random events in the game where you might get extra free resources. And there's 2 primary ways you can spend it. The first one is in the workshop, which gives you a global unlock on a specific weapon. So for example, if you unlock the incinerator unit, which costs 200 material, then any marine that fulfills the requirement can select it for combat, and you have an unlimited amount of equipping those. So that's the most cost-effective thing you can do with your money. But the second way to spend it, which is more risky, but I think it's so impactful that it might be worth it, but you have to decide it for yourself. So for example, when you go to the upgrade screen and you want to promote a marine, the common upgrades you get after each class, after each level update, they don't cost anything, they're free. However, the upgrade slots over here, they cost material. And to make the choice more difficult is that those upgrades actually are so impactful that you have to make hard decisions here. Like for example, being able to carry more ammo, and stop with more ammo in the mission, or more carrying capacity for tools and medical items, which means you don't have to leave behind tools you find on the map, and perhaps larger magazine sizes. And the last tip is play on Nightmare right from the start. So if you're currently playing the game on easy or medium just to learn it the first time, I recommend stopping at save, restart on Nightmare. Now, there's various reasons for that. It's not about bragging in front of your friends or telling other people that you can beat it on Nightmare. It's more about you're getting the most out of the gameplay experience, especially if it's an alien game, if you play it on the hardest possible difficulty level. Because then every decision you make is a difficult decision. Every mistake you make is going to come to bite you, and every victory you pull off is going to be much more intense. And if you would play it the first time on medium and replay the game again, promise this game isn't really set up in its current form for being replayed. Because the first 2 missions, they're so full of tutorial stuff and scripted stuff that it's really hard to just skip through it when you already know what's happening.
Headed our way.